Hello and welcome back to Pleasant Grove Sports Network. I'm Boston Harding here for today's coverage of the Pleasant Grove Vikings going against the Spanish Fork Dons. Today the Spanish Fork Dons go in, I believe it is 18-8 or 18-4. Let me double check. My Max Preps is being a little bit slow today, but I'll get that as soon as possible. As I do know for a fact that they are 7-4 in region and ranked 26th in Utah. As here we go, my Max Reps finally started to load. As they are 18-8, 7-5 in region, ranked 4th and 26th in Utah. As today is their senior night, as they did do a bit of a celebration at the start, which we weren't able to capture, but something that I haven't seen from any school before, no matter the sport, but they gave Pleasant Grove, the Pleasant Grove seniors, a gift as well with their senior night, which I've just never seen before, and I thought that was something that should be touched on at least for a little bit, as both teams warming up here. Pleasant Grove already warmed up, and I believe about 2 minutes 25 seconds on the clock for, well, now like 2:20 for the Dons. I believe so. They might add time. They always do. They do like multiple different sections. I don't know which one we're on right now for the Dons, but we will see you at the start of the first set. And then I did just realize I didn't talk about Pleasant Grove's record or anything like that. Pleasant Grove Vikings are 15-9, having three less wins than the Dons, but also only one more loss. So Vikings have played 24 overall games, while the Dons have played 26. But the Pleasant Grove Vikings are 11-1 in region, only taking a loss to, I believe, Maple Mountain in like one of the first region games. As let's check that one. As they lost to Timpview, sorry, they lost that one 3-2, and beating Maple Mountain in both of the region games, which is very impressive, honestly, with how good Maple Mountain is, as they were ranked one rank in the state above Pleasant Grove. Pleasant Grove pulled off that, I guess you can call it, upset, and took first place in region with that, as now the Golden Eagles are, I believe, 10-2 in region. I will double check that right now, actually, as they are 10-2, second in region, 19-6 overall, while ranking 12th in the state, as well as I believe, well, I do know this is the second to last game for the Vikings before the state tournament next week, or yes, next week, in exactly a week, actually, on the 21st, we will have a home game against Wasatch, as we will now start the national anthem, and we will see you after the player introductions and the national anthem. As now coming out of the player introduction, I would like to thank the Spanish Fork administration for letting us come out and stream this game, especially for Spanish Fork's senior night, as we do wish all those seniors luck with their future continuing on after this year of high school, coming in at their last home game of the season, coming against the Pleasant Grove Vikings, who will make a great matchup for the Dons, as Dons have been having one of their better seasons throughout the years, not having a state championship for honestly quite some time. The last time that they won a state championship, I'm not sure what division that they were in, but it was in 1993. And I'm off the top of my head, I'm kind of unsure, but I would like to guess that the last time the Pleasant Grove Vikings won a state championship for girls volleyball was 6A in 2017. I may be wrong on that. Please do not quote me on that, please. As I do know, I very much know that last year they did place second in the 6A region, I believe region 4. I'm probably wrong on that one though. As region 3, sorry, I was close. As they did take second against Lone Peak in a great fought-we match. Starting the first set, Addie Jensen with the first serve, received by Addie Beck. McCandless to the right side, via tipped off the hands of McCall Condi, falls out of bounds for a first point towards the Vikings. Addie Beck, number 12, to the serving line for the Vikings. Received by McCall Condi. White tap over, received by Olivia Marsh. Marley via hard smack. That one gets denied. Number 11, Eva Pryor. She was a threat at the start of the year against the Vikings' second region game. Vikings still having a good game against them, I believe so. As again, Eva Pryor with another block on the front line brings the Spanish Fork Dons their lead now 2-1, as they will bring Taylor Reed, number 5, to the serving line. Received harshly from Olivia Marsh, flies back into Caitlin Stadler and unable to be received, brings a Spanish Fork ace, Taylor Reed, back at the line. Again on the right side, Olivia Marsh unable to make the reception, makes it a 3-point lead towards the Dons. Vikings shaken up very early into this first set. Taylor Reed with another serve. Looking towards the right side. Pulls it over to Caitlin Stadler, makes it Addie Beck. Olivia Marsh on the right side. That one blocked again by Eva Pryor. Eva Pryor, the senior, one of the captains of the team. It's been the first 6 points, and she has 3 blocks already. It's looking to be a great senior night for Eva. Received by Caitlin Stadler. Olivia Marsh, Addie Beck brings it over. No attempt at a block there. On the right side, that one tips, receives. McCandless, a weird timing there from Molly Mitchell. On the right side, cannot make it over from number 9, Noelle Reed, as that one will bring a Vikings point, which makes it 5-2. As I was saying earlier, I was wrong. The Pleasant Grove Vikings won their last state championship in 6A Region 4. I was correct about that, but it was in 2019 and 2020. serve there, received on the right side, brought over from McCall Condi. Hard hit there from Olivia Marsh. Brings a Vikings point and cuts the lead to 2. Makes it 5-3. Molly Mitchell brings a serve over, received by McCall. Brought over from number 5, Taylor Reed, but that one soars over, hitting the pads on the back off after one hop. Makes it a 5-4 game as Molly Mitchell comes back to serve. Received on the right side by McCall Condi, brought over by her as well with the offhand jab. On the right side, Marley Vaya brings it to the back line. Eva Pryor there tries to get a dump over, but blocked from Tatum Nelson and Marley Vaya. That will make it even at 5-5. Vikings having a 4-point run and going right now as Molly Mitchell brings a serve over, received by the libero on the right side. McCall Condi just over the hands of Marley McCandless. Addie Beck tries to make a diving save but cannot get there, as that will bring the Dons serve with a point as well. Eva Pryor, number 11, to take it. Brought over on the right side, was received by Olivia Marsh. Brought over quickly from Tatum Nelson on the right side. A great dig there from Addie Beck. Tipped from the Dons. Still brought over. That one tipped off of Marley Vaya and falls out of bounds for a Dons point after, I believe that one was number 22, McCall Condi gets the hit. Eva Pryor with the serve again. Dons with the 2-point lead. McCandless to Marsh on the right side, tipped and flies towards the stands. Brings a Vikings point, makes it 7-6 as Vikings trail by 1. They bring Dixie Warner, the sophomore, to the line for the serve. Down by 1. Having the Dons breaking out and having a great first couple points of the set. On the right side, McCall Condi, that one flies out. A great look there from Caitlin Stadler as she was just about to get there, gets out of the way split second before it touches her. That makes it 7-7 with Dixie Warner up to serve. Brought over, received by McCall Condi, stays in the middle. A great reception there after some miscommunication. Still brought over, was going to go out of bounds, but received by Taylor Reed. Hard smack there, denied, but tipped and falls out of bounds. Brings a Spanish Fork point. A great rally there. Could have ended a little bit earlier if Taylor Reed didn't get the reception off of Addie Beck. Still worked out in their favor. Sarah Harewood with the serve. Mistimed set there from McCandless. Tatum Nelson also unable to get there. Makes it 7-9 as Sarah Harewood with the serve again. Brought over, received by Addie Beck. McCandless to the right. Olivia Marsh with a smackdown. As that is one of the hardest hits we've seen from Olivia Marsh all year. That will cut the Dons' lead to 1, as Olivia will also come to take the serve. Brought over, received by McCall Condi. Harewood tipped. Called tipped off of Tatum Nelson, flies out, makes it 10-8 as McCall Condi will come to serve. Getting the point on that last one, Lexi Branch, number 23. Addie Beck, white tap over, gets blocked, stays in on that right edge. Barely able to be in there. That will make it a 3-point lead towards the Dons, 8-11. McCall Condi back at the line. Received by Olivia Marsh. McCandless to Tatum on the right side. Light tap over. Received by Harewood. Stays on the right, but blocked from Tatum. Number 19, Addie Jensen, up for the hit. Tatum Nelson brings it back down on the Dons side. Brings a lead of 2 towards the Dons as Caitlin Stadler will come back to the line for the serve, looking to get some runway here for the Vikings. Harewood with a great set over as Addie Beck with a pretty light hit over finds an open floor after some miscommunication from the Dons. Makes it a 1-point game, 11-10. Caitlin Stadler with the serve again, brought over on the right side, received by McCall Condi. Harewood to the right side to Branch, as that is not Branch, that is Addie Jensen. Flies off the hands of Olivia Marsh there, brings a Dons point as they still hold the lead, now 12-10. As number 23, Lexi Branch, comes to serve. Another captain and a senior. McCandless to Mitchell. What a block there. Light tap over from Addie Beck. Gets a tip off of, I believe, Eva Pryor, number 11. Or that could have been Addie Jensen, number 19. And that finds the 4-4 Vikings point. Now 12-11 as another sophomore, Marley McCandless, comes up to serve. Brought over, received by McCall Condi. Harewood to the left. Taylor Reed tipped off of the hands of the Vikings on the right side. Marley Vaya gets a good hit over, but what a save there from Taryn Benson, the libero. That one out of bounds on the right side. What a play there from the Vikings. Cannot make it as they take a 2-point deficit, 13-11. As the Dons pick up an ace off of the Addie Jensen serve, take a lead of 3 as Vikings will be prompted to take the first timeout of the first set. Clearly something rattling them in this team that looked statistically like an easy win for them, being ranked 15 lower on the state ranking side, although having more wins than the Vikings and less losses, except in region play where Vikings have beat out some teams that the Dons have lost to. As let me take a look at those. Max Preps is deciding not to work again. As to start out with, the Dons have lost to Pleasant Grove in the start of region play, losing it 3-2 in a hard-fought battle, as they did also beat Timpview, who Pleasant Grove lost to, but as well losing to Maple Mountain, who Pleasant Grove also beat, and losing to Payson in a 3-2 match after Pleasant Grove swept them. As a weird jumble at the net there for the Vikings brings a Spanish 4-point, as number 19, Addie Jensen, will come back to the line. Brought over, received by Olivia Marsh. McCandless to Beck. Hard smack there. Good reception by Taryn Benson on the right side. Taylor Reed gets blocked from Molly Mitchell. Taryn back. And that one in on that back line, says the line judge. And the referees call it, as I'm not sure if everyone from from Pleasant Grove would accept and go with that call, but it will stand on the court. Makes it 11-16 as Vikings in a 5-point deficit make that 6 after Olivia Marsh with a bad reception, already giving about 3 aces from Olivia Marsh, as they will sub her out now, as she's definitely got to work on her serving receptions. As I said before, that was the 3rd ace that they've gotten off of Olivia Marsh. That is not great for Pleasant Grove. Great reception there from Caitlin Stadler. Quick hit there from Eva Pryor, able to kept alive. Marley Vaya brings it over on the right side from number 5. That one being Taylor Reed. Sorry, I was trying to remember. My max preps wasn't loading. As that will bring the Dons a 7-point lead, 18-11. Vikings not in a good spot here. That one goes off the wall on that back from Caitlin Stadler. Brings another ace for the Dons, as Vikings will take their 2nd time out, trying to break up some momentum here. But Addie Jensen is on a strike with these serves. She has, I believe, gotten at least 4 aces in this first set. That is a wild stat line, as we don't see that nearly at all from any team. I would like to say we saw it from Caitlin Stadler last year, but we did not see it at the proficiency that Addie Jensen is showing right now, as I believe the best Caitlin Stadler did at serving was during the state tournament, where I believe she got 3 or 4 aces in the set, but it did go into overtime in a win-by-2 situation, so they had more time. There was more points scored in the game, as we are about 6 points away from the Dons winning the first set. Vikings still needing 14, as they have a deficit of 8. Addie Jensen with the serve again. Cannot make it over. Will end the Don run there. Makes it 19-12. Addie Beck brings it over, out on that back line. Unable to keep it in there, as that will bring the Dons to 20, and the Vikings stay at 12 for an 8-point deficit, as Taylor Reed, number 5, with the serve. That one out on that right side line, nowhere close, as the Vikings will take a point there, make it a 7-point deficit, as number 7, Molly Mitchell, brings up the serve for the Vikings. On the right side, received by Taylor Reed. A light tap over, gets blocked from Tatum Nelson, brings a Vikings point after it finds the floor right in front of the judge tower. That makes it 20-14. Molly Mitchell with the serve, received on that left side to McCall. Hard hit into the rafters. Still playable, not anymore after a bad set there from McCandless. Lexi Brown unable to get there. Couldn't tell if that one was on Lexi Brown for being in a poor spot, or a bad set there from Marley McCandless. It was coming down pretty quick from the rafters there, so no blame on the set. Serve over from Eva Pryor on the right side. Marley Vaya, that one soars on the back line. Vikings in shambles to start this first set. Now 22-14 as the Vikings trailing by 8. As this is not what we've seen from the Vikings all season. Quick hit there from Tatum, still received as that one jumped down from Tatum in one off the hands of Lexi Branch. That one flies out of bounds for a Vikings point. That will bring Dixie Warner, number 19, to the serving line. On the left side, received by McCall, brought over from Lexi Branch. McCandless to Brown. That one hard hit on the right side, just past Bailey Smith. Brings a Vikings point as they try to cut into the lead here. Now down by 6, 22-16. Lexi Brown with the serve. Brought over and brings an ace after some miscommunication on the Dawn side between number 5, Taylor Reed, and number 22, McCall Condi. No one goes for the ball, makes it 22-17. Dixie Warner with the serve again. Brought over, received on that back right, and one tap over from Marlon McCandless there, number 18, brings a Vikings point. As a good try on the reception there from Taylor Reed, brings it over in one towards the Vikings, and they get punished for it. Dixie Warner now with the serve. Brought over on the right side, brings another ace and lands in front of Taylor Reed there. Tries to lay out and get it, but cannot get there. Just a few inches behind the ball there. Dixie Warner with another serve for the Vikings. On the right side, received by, I believe that one was Taylor Reed again. As more miscommunication, that time on Noel Reed. Didn't know if Taylor Reed was going to go for the ball there. Tries to take a hit at it, but whiffs. That one brings the Pleasant Grove Vikings to the 20s, 22-20, as that will bring the Dons to take their first timeout after a great run from the Vikings. Now in the deficit of only 2 after being in a much worse position of being down by 8. The serve over from Dixie Warner, brought over by McCall Condi, received by, from Caitlin Stadler, brought over from Tatum Nelson. McCall Condi, a hit on the left side just past the Vikings defense, makes it 23-20 after it finds the floor just past Addie Beck on that left side. As number 25 being Taryn Benson with the serve, received by Lexi Brown. Caitlin Stadler to Lexi again. That one out on that back line as no one's... Issa Takahashi, the head coach, and the rest of the lineup saying that someone on the Dons touched that one. Unable to get the call. Taryn Benson with the serve on match point, received by Addie Beck. Stadler to Brown, hard smack. That one gets tipped that time. Flies back, makes it 24-21. Vikings need to go on a run here to bring it to a win by 2 situation. As Lexi Brown, number 17, comes to the serving line. And honestly, I don't know if this was the right choice here, as Lexi Brown has had some serving issues, as there it is, as she cannot make it over to give the Dons the first set. Dons take the first 21-25. Vikings clearly need to show up in the second, bring back some fire in their eyes, as the Dons really just coming out with a lot of strength. And honestly, the Dons student and family section really popping out for their senior night. As now coming back for the second set, Vikings losing the first, as I said before, 21-25, after the Dons really showing up in the first one. As I'm unsure what the Vikings really need to change here. We did see probably 3 or 4 points scored just off of serves alone from Olivia Marsh, as I hate to say it, but I wouldn't have her in the back or midfield just for those servings in question. She can get some good hits up front, but has not really been translating a whole lot to her serving reception. I don't really know what to call it, but she has not been doing the best for the Vikings in that situation, as they will take the first serve. Addie Beck, number 12, with it on the right side. Taylor Reed, great diving save there from McCandless. flies into the net, drops back towards the ground for a Dons point. Addie Jensen, number 19, with the serve. Pulled over on the right side, received by Stadler. McCandless to Brown. White tap over. A quick dump there from Eva Pryor. Great save from Caitlin Stadler. That ends out in a Vikings point after Taylor Reed cannot make it over. A great play there from Caitlin. That will tie it up at 1-1 early into the first set. Molly Mitchell, number 7, with the serve for the Vikings. Received on a dig from Taylor Reed on the right side. Denied from Tatum Nelson. Brought over from Eva Pryor. Received by Lexi Brown. Or, sorry, that was not Lexi Brown. That was Addie Beck on the right side. Brought over, unable to be brought over from Taylor Reed. Actually, that one hits the net. Drops back towards the Dons' feet as that will bring the Vikings the lead now 2-1 as Molly Mitchell back with the serve. Pulled over on the right side, received by McCall Condi. Unable to be brought over from the Dons after a mistimed set there towards Eva Pryor. And I believe that was McCall Condi that came flying in, or that might have been Taryn Benson, the libero. I didn't quite get a good look. That one received by Taryn, though. A mistimed hit from Eva Pryor again brings another Vikings point, now 4-1. Molly Mitchell with the serve. Brought over, received by McCall Condi on the right side. Hard hit there, almost saved from Addie Beck as Tatum Nelson, quick reflexes, but hits it towards the ground, makes it 2-4 now. As I believe that is number 5, Taylor Reed with the serve. It is McCall Condi on the right, brought over, falls on that back left corner. Addie Beck unable to get there. As some great placement there from McCall. As Taylor Reed back with the serve brings the Vikings lead to 1. Brought over, received by Addie Beck. McCandless to Tatum, quick hit just past the defenders. Brings a Vikings point after it finds the floor for the kill. Dixie Warner, number 19, with the serve for the Pleasant Grove Vikings. Received by McCall Condi, brought over from her as well. That one flies out, brings a Vikings point. Vikings now lead 6-3 with Dixie Warner at the line. Pushes that one over on the right side, received by McCall. On the left side, right side, sorry, Taylor. That is also not Dixie, that one is Lexi Brown. Hard hit, gets tipped off of that one being number 9, Noelle Reed, and out of bounds for a Vikings point. Makes it 3-7. Dixie Warner with the serve. Received by the libero. Quick hit there from Eva Pryor, able to make it. As what a junction. That one tipped off of number 18, Marley McCandless. Goes over the net, but finds the floor out of bounds for a Spanish Fork point, as they will bring Bailey Smith, number 24, to the serving line. Brought over, received by Caitlin Stadler. McCandless to the right side. Lexi Brown takes flight and brings it down. Makes it 8-4 after a hard smack there from Lexi Brown. Lexi with the serve as well, brought over, received. Pushed over from Noelle Reed. Great dig there from Caitlin. Addie Beck brings it over, hard smack towards Bailey Smith. On the right side, McCall Condi gets the kill after some great placement just through the hands of Addie Beck. Makes it 8-5 towards the Vikings as number 25, Sarah Harewood with the serve. Brought over, received by Caitlin Stadler. McCandless to Beck, white tap over. Harewood is there. Over to the left. White tap over, great save there from Dixie Warner. Addie Beck pulls it over on that back line from Bailey Smith. Taylor Reed, that one flies off the hands. Dixie Warner makes the attempt but cannot get it. Gets a hand to it but flies in front of her. Makes it 8-6. Sarah Harewood with the serve again. Pulled over, received by Caitlin Stadler. Dixie Warner to Beck. Off the hands of a couple. Brought over from McCall Condi. Stadler to Via, hard smack. Goes out of bounds and finds the floor out of bounds. As called tipped, actually, I believe that one is either on Lexi Branch or Taylor Reed. That makes it a Vikings point, now 6-9. Caitlin Stadler with the serve, received by Taylor on that left side, tipped from Addie Jensen, hit from Addie Jensen. Marley Via, that one tipped from Taylor Reed. Harewood is there, brought over from Branch. Brown is there. Dixie Warner, hard hit there from Molly Mitchell, brought over and one. Almost a great save as a 4-hit called on the Vikings. I really thought that one was called as a raise there from Addie Jensen, but was not. Now 9-7 as McCall Condi comes to serve. Spanish Fork in a 2-point deficit. Serve is received on the right side. Addie Beck takes a slam. That one straight at Sarah Harewood. Finds the bleachers in the parent section of the seniors as some subs are made for the Vikings as they take a 3-point lead, 10-7. Pulled over towards the right side, received by Smith. Taylor Reed pulls it over back on the back line, tipped either way as that one a Dawn's point, 8-10 as Lexi Branch with the serve. On the right side, received by Lexi Brown. Quick hit there. What a save by Harewood. Stadler's there. McCandless to Beck on the right side. Hard smack. Finds the floor on the right side. Makes it 8-11. As Addie Beck, number 12, with the serve after a great kill on the right side. Pulled over, also on the right, diving save by Taylor. Stays on the right, great save from Addie Beck. Quick dump over from Harewood, blocked by Molly Mitchell. Great save there from McCandless. Lexi Brown on the far side. That one hits the pole on her way up. Makes it a Dawn's point as they will do some substitution. Brings in Noelle Reed for Sarah Harewood. As Addie Jensen with the serve, received by Caitlin Stadler. A weird hit over there from Molly Mitchell on the right side. Hard smack there from Noelle. Finds a kill on her first play. Makes it 10-11. As something is just clicking for the Dons today, as they are having a great game against the Vikings. Brought over from Addie Jensen. Hits the net, but brought over from Lexi Brown. Finds Taylor Reed. Taylor Reed brings it over. Cannot lay out from Marley McCandless. Almost said Via there. Makes it a tie game, 11-11. Addie Jensen at the serving line again. Not sure what about it, but when she's up to serve, the Dons play amazing. Brought over, received by Addie Beck McCandless to Brown. As that one called a 4-hit, did not get blocked from the Dons. That one hits the net as Vikings will take their first timeout of the set. And the Dons will take a 1-point lead, now 11-12. Now coming back from the timeout, Addie Jensen, number 19, still up to serve as Vikings trail by 1, 12-11. Brought over, received by Addie Beck McCandless to Mitchell, off the hands of Taylor Reed and Eva Pryor, finds the floor, brings a Vikings point, now 12-12, as Molly Mitchell will bring the serve for the Vikings. Brought over to the right side, received by McCall Condi on the left. Great, as I was about to say, a great pancake there from Molly Mitchell as she's unable to get it. As called a Dons point there, 13-12. Serve for the Dons, being brought over from Taylor Reed, a little floater over onto the right side. Lexi Brown, as that's the left side, sorry. As the dump over from McCall Condi on the right edge, cannot make it. Makes it a Vikings point. Now 13-13 as some substitutions are made. Marley Via and Dixie Warner being brought into the game, as Dixie Warner will also take the serve for the Vikings. Brought over onto the left side, received by Taylor Reed. White tap over there from, I believe, Noelle. And that one blocked from Noelle and Eva Pryor on the right side. Tipped off of McCall Condi and Eva Pryor. Marley Via gets the kill on that one, put the Vikings in the lead by 1, 14-13. Dixie Warner back with the serve. Brought over onto the right side, received by McCall Condi. Hit by her as well, off the arm of Caitlin Stadler. I believe that one might have gone out. Hard to tell from an upwards point of view. Now 14-14 as Bailey Smith will take the serve for the Dons. And that one off her fingertips, unable to make it over, brings a Vikings point on the serve as both teams are trading points back and forth here. I believe from like 10 to 11, both teams have just been going back and forth. Let's see who breaks away first as Lexi Brown with a hard hit on the serve. Brought over from Noelle, blocked from Tatum Nelson. Noelle tries again, blocked by Tatum again. Vikings take a 2-point lead after Tatum back-to-back blocks. Lexi Brown with the serve. And unable to be received by Noelle Reed there, off her hands towards the judge on the tower, makes it a Vikings ace, now 14-17. As now brought into the game, Caitlin Ralph, number 15, I believe, being subbed out for Noelle Reed. McCall Condi with the point for the Dons there. A good look at the dump on the right side and finds the floor, makes it 15-17. As Sarah Harewood with the serve over. Received by Lexi Brown, brought over in one though, makes an attempt at making it back over from Lexi, unable to get it. Now 16-17 as Vikings losing their lead here. Sarah Harewood back up to serve. Brought over, received by Lexi Brown. Dixie Warner to Addie Beck on the right side. Unable to make it over. Ties it up at 17-17. Vikings really need to respond somehow. Really struggling to make something work here. Harewood back at work at the line. To the back line, received by Lexi Brown. Dixie Warner to Tatum. An off-tempo hit there brings a Vikings point after tipped off the hands of, I believe that is number 19, Addie Jensen. Caitlin Stadler at the serving line. Vikings lead by 1. A awkward reception there from Taylor Reed as she brings it over as well. Received by Marley Vaya. Dixie Warner to Molly, sorry. A quick dump over from number 19, Addie Jensen, makes it 18. As I apologize, that one goes out of bounds. Doesn't go off of Marley Vaya, makes it a Vikings point, 19-17. Caitlin Stadler with the serve over, received on the left side. Addie Beck gets her revenge. That one flies past Dixie Warner, makes it 18-19. As McCall Condi stands at the line for the serve. Received by Lexi Brown, unable to make it over from Marley Vaya. Ties it up at 19-19. McCall Condi back at the serving line. Tied up at 19-19. Dixie Warner to Vaya on the right side. Tipped but flies back towards the scores table. Brings a Vikings point. Makes it 20-19. Marley McCandless with the serve. Brought over, received by Bailey Smith. Smacked over from Taylor Reed. That one flies past, makes it a Vikings point, 21-19. McCandless with the serve again. As the Dons will take their first timeout from the second set. Vikings have a lead of 2 as the Dons will try to break up some momentum here, as the Vikings have been coming out stronger, actually having the lead coming late into the second set, but hopefully it'll look up for them as they come back from this timeout in roughly 30 seconds. Coming back from the timeout, Vikings still hold a lead of 2 as Marlene McCandless, number 18, with the serve, received by Taylor Reed, brought over from Lexi Branch there on the right side. Hard hit there from Addie Beck, finds the floor off of the tip from Lexi Branch and Addie Jensen, and that makes it 22-19 as Marley McCandless back at the line, received by Bailey Smith on the right side. Taylor, a hard hit over, brought over in 1 from Caitlin Stadler. Harewood to Jensen off the head as a double hit, I believe, called. I'm unsure there. Ends up actually down off of Lexi Brown. I don't know what the call was there. Ends up in a Don's point. Serve brought over from Lexi Branch. Hard hit there from Addie Beck. Stays alive. Taylor Reed, hard hit received by Lexi Brown. Addie Beck brings it over. Weird play there on the floor as cannot make the play from Lexi Brown, as that finds the floor to make it 21-22. The Dons cutting the Vikings lead to just 1 as Lexi Branch comes with the serve. Received roughly, brought over in 2. Addie Beck gets an arm to it but flies behind her after the hard hit. Ties it up at 22-22. As Pleasant Grove will take their second timeout now, tied up at 22 in the very late stages of the second set. Coming back from the Pleasant Grove timeout, Lexi Branch with the serve, cannot be received by Addie Beck, flies back, brings an ace for the Dons, makes it 23-22 as they take the lead. As well, number 23, Lexi Branch with the serve. I keep almost saying Lexi Brown. Both Lexis starting with B. That one sails up and out. Now tied at 23 as a possible win by 2 situation here if both teams keep going back and forth, or Vikings looking to take it here with 2 points from Addie Beck on the serve. Received by Taylor Reed, brought over from Addie Jensen finds the floor after a light tap over, as that now makes it 24-23 as Addie Jensen looks to end it here with the match point serve. Pulled over, received by Addie Beck. McCandless to Brown, light tap over, keeps the rally alive. On the left side, Taylor Reed, hard smack over, great dig there from Addie, and cannot make it. A bad hit there from McCandless, and Lexi Brown cannot make a play on it. That will end out the second set. Makes it 2-0 towards the Dons so far. Vikings really needing to put something together. The potential to get swept here, the first time since the first 5 games of the season that the Vikings have the chance to get swept here, as they're actually they did have the chance to get swept a couple games ago, I believe against Timpview, where they made the Cinderella story come true and come back from, well, not the Cinderella story, that's something different, but they got the comeback with the reverse sweep, lost the first 2 sets, won the next 3, as that is what they'll need to do right here and right now. They want any chance at winning this game. Coming back for the third set, Addie Jensen with the serve for the Spanish Fork Dons, received by Lexi Brown. Vaya takes flight on the right side, brings the Vikings the first point after tipped and lands out of bounds. Now 1-0 as Addie Beck will come up with the serve. Addie brings it over on the right side, received by McCall. Quick hit there from Eva. Still brought over from Molly Mitchell, sorry. Blocked there from Lexi Brown, still brought over. Addie Beck is there, McCandless to Molly Mitchell. That one flying back and drops down off the hands of Addie Jensen. Makes it 2-0 towards the Vikings. Addie Beck with the serve. Pulled over towards the left side, unable to get there, brings a Vikings ace. Vikings now lead by 3. Addie Beck back at the serving line. 4th one in a row for her. Pulled over towards the left side. Addie Jensen to Eva. What a save there from the Vikings. Eva brings it over again. Another great save from the Vikings. Jensen to Noel. Received by Addie Beck. McCandless to Brown. Off the hands. Goes back and finds the floor. McCall Condi unable to make it. Vikings take a lead 4-0. As Spanish Fork will take a crazy early timeout here. Not sure what's going on. Needed to break up some momentum from the Vikings, but I don't know if that's how you want to do it this early into the set, as Vikings having a great show out in the 3rd set. Much needed after their underperforming in the first 2 sets. Looking to make some great movement here. Back from the timeout, Addie Beck having the serve again for the 5th time now. Vikings have the lead of 4-0. Brought over towards the back middle. A great slide there. Brings a point off of Eva Pryor, number 11. Now 4-1 as Taylor Reed comes up with the serve. White floater over towards Lexi Brown on the right side. That one hits the poles, and also a four hit there from the Vikings makes it 4-2. After that one ends in a Dawn's point. Taylor Reed to serve. Pulled over, received by Caitlin Stadler. McCandless to Brown. That one denied from Eva Pryor. Makes it a 1-point game. Whatever the coach said to them in that timeout is working, as they had a 3-point run and going. Taylor Reed back with the serve. Cannot be received by Addie Beck. Flies off her front knuckles and to the floor as the Dons tie it up at 4-4 after the ace. Brought over from Taylor Reed. That one received by Addie Beck. McCandless, quick hit to Molly Mitchell off the hands of McCall Condi and finds the floor, makes it 5-4. Molly Mitchell at the serving line. Received by the libero A hit there from McCall Condi, blocked from Marley Vaya, makes it 6-4. Serve received by McCall Condi on the right side. Taylor Reed takes a smack. That one tipped off the hands of Lexi Brown. Flies back, makes it 5-6 as Eva Pryor with the serve. Brought over off the top of the net. Vaya on the right side, hard smack. Finds the kill after a bullet. Dixie Warner, number 19, comes to serve. Vikings lead by 2, 7-5. Received by Taylor Reed. Roughly brought over. McCall Condi brings it. Tatum Nelson, quick hit. Still received on the right side. Taylor Reed brings it over. Dixie to Lexi Brown. A weird jumble from Bailey Smith and Addie Jensen finds the floor to bring the Vikings a 3-point lead, 8-5. Dixie Warner brings it over, received by Taylor Reed. Addie Jensen to McCall Condi. Stadler with a great save there. Dixie to Tatum. That one flies out on the left side. Makes it 6-8. Sarah Harewood with the serve. Brings it over, received by Lexi Brown. A one-tap over from Lexi Branch. Makes it 7-8 after Dixie Warner not anticipating the dump. Sarah Harewood with the serve. Soars past, but finds the back line. Ties it up at 8-8. Harewood with the serve floater towards the right side. Dixie Warner. Taylor Reed off the hand. Finds the floor after it takes a travel towards the left side. Makes it 8-9. Lexi Brown with the serve. Brought over, received from Bailey Smith, brought over from Taylor Reed there. Tatum Nelson brings it over for the Vikings, and a play off the bench from Taryn Benson there. Vikings take a lead of 2, 8-10. Lexi Brown with the serve, received by Taylor Reed. Harewood to Addie Jensen, white tap over. Dixie Warner is there. Stadler to Olivia Marsh, brought over towards the left. Harewood is there. Addie Jensen, white tap over. Lexi Brown is there. One tap over from Lexi Branch. Finds the floor for the kill. Makes it 9-10. Serve brought over from McCall Condi, received by Stadler to Beck. Taylor Reed is there. Harewood to Reed as well. Tatum Nelson with the block. Reed at third try. Brought over from Dixie Warner. Harewood hit over from Lexi Branch, unable to get it. blocked there, but falls out of bounds off of the Addie Beck hit. Olivia Marsh, that's her name. Sorry, forgot it for just a second, as she will watch that one fall down outside. Caitlin Stadler with the serve, brought over, received by Taylor Reed. Harewood to Reed as well, off the top of the net, through the blockers. Finds the floor for the point for the Dons, makes it 11-10. Serve brought over from Taryn Benson. Dixie Warner to Molly Mitchell. What a save there from Harewood. Lexi Brown, Dixie Warner brought over from Molly Mitchell there. Taryn on the right side towards Addie Jensen. Rides the net after the block, makes it 11-11. The Dons having a great game against the Vikings here, as Taryn Benson with the serve. Received from Stadler, Dixie Warner to Addie Beck. Received by Harewood, brought over as a 4 hit there from the Dons, as Addie Beck did not hit that. Makes it 12-11. Marley McCandless, the sophomore, number 18, to serve for the Vikings, holding a 1-point lead. Harewood to Taylor Reed, slams in, fired out towards the back line, makes it 13-11. McCandless with the serve again. Brought over towards the middle, received by McCall. Harewood to Addie Jensen. Hard smack out on the back line, but tipped from the Vikings. Makes it a Dons point there. Addie Jensen, number 19, with the serve. Off the top line. Hard smack there from Addie Beck. Great reception and unable to make it over from Noelle Reed there. Vikings take a lead of 2, 14-12. Addie Beck with the serve towards the left line. Received by from Taylor Reed there, brought over from Noelle Reed. As what a save from Noelle and Taryn. Taryn obviously holding her knee there, something's wrong. As one tap over, what a save. Taryn brings it over Addie Beck. Lexi Brown, Marley McCandless brings it over. Addie Jensen to Eva. What a rally from both teams there, as it will end out in a Dawn point. Makes it 13-14. As I'm not sure if something's wrong with Taryn Benson. Could have just been her knee pad slid down. Looked like she was holding her knee for a little bit, as Taylor Reed with the serve. McCandless to Molly Mitchell. That one flies out after hitting the top of the net. Ties it up at 14-14, as Vikings take their first timeout of the third and possibly final set. Coming off of the timeout, Taylor Reed, number 5, with the serve. To the left side, received by Lexi Brown. To the right, hit by Marley Vaya off the hands of McCall Condi. Finds the floor for a Vikings point. That makes it 15-14 as Molly Mitchell, number 7, with the serve for the Vikings. Received by Turn Benson. Addie Jensen unable to make it over from Eva Pryor. Gets stuffed by the net there on the the left side. Molly Mitchell with the serve, unable to make it over, falls on the left side, the right side. I'm gonna stick with close and far, okay? I keep messing it up with the left and right. I have been corrected on it in the past. I'm gonna stick with close and far. Serve is received. Vaya with the hit, as that one goes directly towards Marley McCandless on the close side, cannot make the play, falls out of bounds. Clearly just a reaction there from McCandless. Nothing she can really control there, just muscle memory. McCandless to Vaya, as that one is blocked by McCall. That one stays inbounds, no one trying to touch it that time. Now 17-16. As Vikings will take a second timeout as well. Makes it 17-16. Back from the timeout, number 11, Eva Pryor with the serve, received by Addie Beck. McCandless to Brown, tipped and able to be brought over. McCandless, a hard smack there from Tatum, brings a Vikings point, makes it 17-17. As some quick substitutions from the Vikings, bringing in Dixie Warner to serve, as well as Olivia Marsh at the front line. Dixie Warner brings it over, received. McCall Condi, what a dig from Caitlin Stadler, brought over from Dixie Warner. On the right side, Addie Jensen. Sorry, that one is not Addie Jensen. That is Caitlin Ralph, number 15. As that will bring a Spanish Fork point as they take the lead 18-17. Sarah Harewood with the serve. Cannot be received by Caitlin Stadler, flies into the sideline and over them as well, makes it 19-17. Spanish Fork picks up the point there, makes it 20-17 as they take a lead of 3 going into the end of this third and possibly final set. That is what it's looking like so far. McCandless to Brown, hard smack off the hands by number 23, Lexi Branch, as well as number 19, Addie Jensen, flies out of bounds to make it a 2-point lead towards the Dons, 20-18. Lexi Brown with the serve, brought over, harshly received by, Bailey Smith. McCandless to Beck, a light tap over, flies out of bounds, and says it was tipped off of 22, McCall Condi. That will bring a Vikings point, 20-19, as Lexi Brown with the serve. Brought over, received by Taylor Reed. McCall Condi to Addie Jensen, received by Caitlin Stadler. McCandless, quick shove over from Tatum Nelson on the right side. McCall Condi, great dig there from Caitlin. Brought over from Lexi Brown, received by Lexi Branch. Harewood to Jensen, blocked from Tatum Nelson, and Marley McCandless ties it up at 20-20. Lexi Brown with the serve. Received by Taylor Reed. McCall brought over from Lexi Branch. McCandless to Addie Beck, finds the floor for a kill on the right side. On the close side, I actually got it right that time. That will put the Vikings in the lead, 21-20. Lexi Brown with the serve, brought over, received by Bailey Smith, brought over but hit out of bounds from Addie Jensen. It makes it 22-20 as the Vikings lead by 2. As Spanish Fork will take their last timeout as the Vikings lead by 2 going into the last couple of points here in the third set. Back from the timeout, Lexi Brown with the serve, received by Bailey Smith. They're blocked from Addie Beck and Tatum Nelson on the front line. Vikings take a lead of 3, 23-20, as really pulling it around here way into the third set. Not trying to jinx anything. Someone knock on wood, please. Lexi Brown with the serve, harshly received, brought over from Addie Jensen, tipped from Marley McCandless, falls out of bounds for a Dons point there, 21-23. McCall Condi with the serve, brought over, received in the middle. Tatum Nelson hits it to no man's land, picks up an ace from McCall. Now 22-23 as Vikings only have a lead of 1. Brought over, received by Caitlin Stadler. McCandless, hard hit there from Tatum, flies back after one hit from McCall Condi. Vikings now at match point, 24-22. with a lead of 2 as well. There's a lot of 2s in that sentence. Caitlin Stadler with the serve, brought over, received by Taylor Reed. Brought over from McCall Condi. Caitlin Stadler with the reception. Dump over from McCandless, cannot make it. A good dump from the Dons. Hit over from Addie Beck, cannot make it. Almost gets the save from Sarah Harewood and Lexi Branch as Vikings will take the third set narrowly, there we go, avoiding the sweep as they take the third one 25-22 as we will move to the fourth set in about two and a half minutes. And then I would like to say I'm going to throw up a graphic of our Donate to Pleasant Grove Sports Network QR code. It will lead you to, I believe, a Venmo or a PayPal where you can donate money to our program to support us in what we do. And if you do have any sponsorship opportunities that you would like to reach out, you can reach out at rmayo@alpinedistrict.org and let us know about that. We are always looking for sponsors for certain, or not just for certain, for every sport to get some more exposure towards those companies. And I mean, yeah, just looking for more money towards our program so then we can keep continuing these streams for you guys basically every single game possible that we have. So I will leave that up for just a little bit until the start of the fourth set in about a minute and a half. As now coming back for the fourth set, Vikings losing the first two. First one 21-25, second 23-25, and taking the third one 25-22 as we will move towards the fourth one as the referee's doing some roster checks, I believe, and just making sure positions are correct. As I believe it will be Addie Beck, number 12, with the serve on the Vikings. as it will be Addie Beck with the serve. Brought over, received from Bailey Smith. McCall Condi barely getting there in time as that one in on that far edge there from, I believe, being number 15, Caitlin Ralph with the kill there. Dons take the first point of the fourth set as Sarah Harewood with the serve, brought over, received by Addie Beck. Lexi Brown hard smack there. Great save from Sarah Harewood. McCandless to Molly Mitchell. Sarah can't get that one. Goes off her hands and flies backwards. Makes it 1-1. Molly Mitchell, number 7, with the serve. Received by Taylor Reed on the right side. Hard smack there from McCall Condi. Finds dead space for the kill. Makes it 21, sorry. Makes it 2-1. McCall Condi with the serve, received by Caitlin Stadler. McCandless, hard hit there from Vaya. Finds the floor after the block, makes it a Vikings point. Wow, I keep almost saying 22. Now 2-2. I keep almost saying 20s after all of the last set, whereas a lot of time spent in the 20s, honestly. Dixie Warner with the serve, received by Taylor Reed. In the middle, Lexi Branch, great save there. What a play from Caitlin Stadler. Hard hit there from Lexi Branch, cannot make it as that one is blocked from, from Tatum Nelson. Makes it a Vikings point, 3-2. Dixie Warner at the serving line. Cannot be received. Bailey Smith there, lands in front of her for a Vikings ace. Dixie Warner brings it over again. Harewood, white tap over from Lexi. Tatum Nelson, quick hit. Harewood again to Reed, blocked from Tatum. What a save brought over from Taylor Reed. Lexi Brown, hard hit, flies back towards the Dons head coach. Out of bounds for a Dons point, now 3-4. Lexi Branch, Lexi Branch with the serve, cannot make it over, makes it a Vikings point, 3-5. As now Lexi Brown for the Vikings with the serve. Barely received there. Harewood to Taylor Reed. Dixie Warner is there but flies it backwards. Brings a Dons point. Makes it 4-5. Both teams going back and forth here as Addie Jensen with the serve. Brought over. Great dig there from Caitlin. Addie Beck takes flight, soars. What a save from Addie Jensen. Addie Beck, take two, finds the floor and the kill. Back-to-back great hits from Addie Beck. First one, a great save there from the Dons. Unable to make it on the second. Caitlin Stadler with the serve. Brings it over on the far side, received by Taryn Benson. Noel with the light tap over, received by Dixie. Quick hit from Molly Mitchell, finds the floor. Great set there from McCandless. Had a bit of a rocky start with her sets, as did just the entire team, honestly, with almost every aspect. Now coming back, a 3-point lead, 7-4 in a battle here. Addie Jensen, quick hit from Eva Pryor, as Lexi Brown unable to get a hand to it in time, makes it 5-7 as Taylor Reed comes to the serving line. Received by Lexi Brown, McCandless to Beck on the far side, hard smack, received by Taryn Benson. Addie Jensen to Noelle Reed, that one flies back. Makes it a Vikings point as they lead by 3. Marley McCandless with the serve for the Vikings. Received, but unable to be put back over from the net from Taryn Benson. Makes it a Vikings point, 5-9. McCandless with the serve again, received by McCall Condi. Addie Jensen to McCall again. Hit over, received by Lexi Brown. McCandless, quick hit to Molly Mitchell, cannot make it over. Makes it a Dons point, 6-9. Serve received by the Vikings. Via on the far side gets tipped and received. Addie Jensen to Taylor Reed. Sorry, couldn't see her number for a second. Flies out on the close side, makes it 6-10. Serve from Addie Beck, number 12. Received by Taylor Reed on the right side. Noelle Reed, hard hit, received by Addie Beck. Brought over and one. Addie Jensen, as miscommunication on the Viking end. Unable to make a play on it. Lets it fall towards the floor. Now 7-10. Served by Sarah Harewood, received by Caitlin Stadler. McCandless to Vi on the right side, hard hit, but flies out of bounds for a Dons point as they cut the lead to 2, 8-10. On the right side, Lexi Brown, hard smack right towards Taylor Smith. What? Combining names there. Taylor Reed makes it 8-11. Molly Mitchell with the serve. Received in the middle by McCall Condi. Light tap over from Lexi Branch on the right side. Hard smack there from Marley Via, gets denied from Lexi Branch. Cuts the Vikings lead to 2, 11-9. McCall Condi with the serve. Received by Addie. Sorry, a hard hit from Lexi Brown. As what a save from the Dons. Quick hit from Tatum, another great save. Stadler to Via, gets blocked but falls out of bounds for a Vikings point. If the Dons made that, that would have been crazy. As the Dons trying to argue that Caitlin Stadler jumped before the 10, or jumped after the 10-foot line. As ref says it's clean, as she set the ball in the air, landed within the 10-foot line. As if you don't know, the libero cannot make a hit, or I believe a set or a hit in front, or like closer to the net than 10 feet, which is that red line As what a save there, Sarah Harewood unable to make it over. As Dixie Warner brings the serve after the Vikings take a 4-point lead. As fair warning, my computer needed to restart, so if I don't say names correctly, I apologize. I will know most of them by now. As a great block there from Lexi Brown brings a Vikings point after the Dons could not make the save. I believe that one was Addie Jensen on the far side, as the Dons will take the first timeout of the fourth set now. Vikings have a lead of 5, 14-9. As serve being brought over from Dixie Warner, received by Taylor Reed. Harewood to Reed again, blocked from Tatum Nelson, still brought over. McCandless to Brown, gets blocked but flies out of bounds for a Vikings point. Now makes it 15-9. Dixie Warner with the serve, received by Bailey Smith, received by Addie Beck. Hard hit there from Lexi Brown, makes it 16-9 after a hard smack and the kill. Dixie Warner with another serve for the Vikings. Received on the close side by Taylor. Taylor Reed takes a good hit as well. Almost finds open space. McCall Condi to Taylor Reed, received. Dump over from McCandless. A great look there. After that one, will find the floor. Tries to pancake out. Couldn't see who made that one. As that will bring the Dons to take a second timeout. Now 17-9. Back from the timeout, Dixie Warner with the serve. Received in the middle by Bailey Smith. Sarah Harewood to Addie Jensen. Hard hit to Dixie Warner. Cannot make it. Makes it 10-17 as the Dons break into double digits. Lexi Branch, number 23, with the serve. Received by Addie Beck. Lexi Brown, a hard smack off of Sarah Harewood. Flies back now 18-10. Lexi Brown with the serve. Received and brought over from Tatum Nelson in one. I don't really know what to call that, honestly. Gets the dump over the head of Sarah Harewood there, as Lexi Brown will get the serve for the Vikings, as cannot make it over, makes the lead now 11-19. As Addie Jensen with the serve, received by Caitlin Stadler. As a great block there, as another from the Vikings cannot make it. That one stays on their side, makes it 12-19. A great pancake there. Dixie Warner cannot bring it over. What a save from the Vikings. Addie Jensen with another serve. Received by Lexi Brown. McCandless to Beck on the right side. Hard smack. Gets the reception from Taryn Benson there, but cannot make a play on it. Vikings break the 20s, 20-13, as they lead by 7. Stadler with the serve on the far side, received by Taylor. Addie Jensen, quick hit off the hands. Addie Beck brings it over in the back corner. No one goes for it between McCall Condi and Taryn Benson. Vikings lead by 8, 21-13, as Caitlin Stadler with the serve. Received by McCall Condia on the right side. Takes flight from Taylor Reed. Cannot make it over. Called a 4-hit on the Dons. 13-22. Caitlin Stadler serve, roughly received. Brings an ace for the Vikings. McCall Condi got an arm to it, but not in a great placement for the Dons, as that will make it 13-23. Serve from Caitlin Stadler, brought over and one from the Dons. Addie Beck is there to bring it back over and one. Great placement to bring it to match point, 24-13. Caitlin Stadler brings it over. Noelle Reed brings it over for the Dons. McCandless, quick hit from Molly Mitchell off the hands of Addie Jensen. Makes it point set in a much more of a blowout set for the Vikings. 25-13 as they take it by 12. That will bring it to a final overtime set. Number 5, this one only going to 15, as Vikings have a chance. As coin toss, I believe that just went to the Dons. As yes, it did. Dons take the coin flip for the serve. As now coming back to the 5th and final set, the Johns will take the first serve from number 19. Sorry, Addie Jensen, forgot her name for a second. McCandless to back, hard smack off the hands of Taryn Benson. Vikings take the first points. Addie Beck with the serve as well for the Vikings. Received by Taylor. Hard hit, or quick hit from Eva. Lexi Brown, hard hit. Great save from Caitlin Stadler. Eva again received by Addie Beck. McCandless to Via on the close side. Off the hands of Eva Pryor. Finds the floor for another Vikings point. Now 2-0. Addie Beck with another serve, received on the far side by Taylor, as looked like Marley McCandless just missed it on that one. Makes it 2-1. Vikings have a lead of 1. As Taylor Reed, number 5, with the serve floater. Caitlin Stadler's there on the right side. Lexi Brown takes flight. Gets a hit off of Eva Pryor there. Makes it 3-1. Molly Mitchell back at the serving line. Received by McCall Condi on the left side as well. Blocked from Marley Vian. Tatum Nelson brought over from Taylor Reed. McCandless to Brown. Quick hit on a low angle. McCandless to Tatum, just over the head, received by Taryn Benson. McCall Condi bringing it over off the hands of Marley Via. Cannot make it. Makes it 2-3. Eva Pryor with the serve as well, received by Lexi Brown. Marley Via gets blocked from Lexi Branch. Ties it up at 3-3. Eva Pryor with the serve. Good set to Tatum Nelson. Blocked from Marley Via. Addie Beck there to receive. Lexi Brown, hard hit. Flies back off the hands of Eva Pryor. Finds the floor all the way back. Dixie Warner with the serve. Vikings lead by 1. Brought over, received by Taylor. Hard hit there from McCall Condi. Able to receive, hard hit. Goes off the net. Makes it 4-4. Serve by Sarah Harewood. Tatum Nelson offhand hit, catches him by surprise, finds dead space for a kill, makes it 5-4. Lexi Brown, number 17, with the serve for the Vikings as they lead by 1, as make that an even game as serve goes up and out on the back line. Brings McCall Condi, number 12, to the serving line. Pulled over, received by Caitlin Stadler. On the right side, hard hit from Addie Beck. Oh my goodness. That one a rocket off the hand. Caitlin Stadler with the serve. Vikings lead by 1, needing 9 more to take it. Harewood to Taylor Reed. Lexi Brown, awkward hit there. Addie Beck pulls it over, cannot make it. Taylor Reed dives out for it, cannot. As the Vikings take a 2-point lead, 7-5. Caitlin Stadler with the serve. Pulled over towards the middle. Harewood to Taylor Reed. Caitlin Stadler is there. McCandless to Molly Mitchell, cannot make the play on the back line from, looks like, McCall Condi, number 22. Vikings need 7 to take it as the Dons will take the first timeout of the 5th set as Vikings take a lead of 3. Coming back from the timeout, Dons trailing by 3, 5-8. Caitlin Stadler takes a serve for the Vikings. Harewood to Taylor Reed. A awkward hit there from Lexi Brown and Caitlin Stadler brings a Dons point there, makes it 6-8 as Taryn Benson comes to the line to serve. Hard serve received by Lexi Brown. Quick hit there, brings a Vikings point after it gets blocked down into the feet of Eva Pryor there. Serve from McCandless, blocked there from Molly Mitchell. Miscommunication on the Don side still works out. McCandless to Addie Beck, rides the net, luckily stays in on that close side, makes it 6-10. As Spanish Fork will take their second timeout. Vikings need 5 to take the final set and leading by 4. Coming back from the timeout, Marley McCandless with the serve, brought over towards the back middle, received by McCall Condi on the right side. I could not see who that one was. Marley Via brings it over, received by McCall Condi on the back. brought over to Eva Pryor. McCandless to Addie Beck. Gets tipped, received by Sarah. Taryn Benson, hard hit there from number 19, Addie Jensen, blocked from Molly Mitchell. Makes it 6-11. Marley McCandless with a serve. Received by McCall Condi. Sarah Harewood to Taylor Reed, but blocked from Marley Vaya and Molly Mitchell, as that will make it 6-12. Vikings take a lead of 6, only needing 3 more to take it. No timeouts on the Dawn side. That serve keeps going back. Taryn is there, brought over from Sarah Harewood, received by Marley Vaya. McCandless to Molly Mitchell. What a save after the block. Taryn Benson is there. McCandless to Vaya, light tap over. What a pancake from Taryn. Brought over from Taylor Reed. As another great save from the Vikings. Sarah Harewood brings it over. Lexi Brown is there. A hard smack there from Molly Mitchell to get the kill. Takes a lead of 7, 13-6. Serve is received, hard hit. Lexi Brown is there. What a save. Lexi Brown brings it over, going back, calls it out of bounds. That one was so close from Lexi. That was about 2 inches away from being in. As Addie Jensen with the serve, 7-13. Received by Caitlin Stadler. McCandless to Beck on the close side. Light tap over. Reception from, what a diving attempt there from Marley Vaya. Cannot make it. Makes it 8-13. Vikings only needing 2 more to take it. Spanish Fork needing 7 as they are down by 5. Addie Jensen with the serve over, received by Caitlin Stadler. McCandless to Molly Mitchell. What a save from the Vikings. Oh my goodness. On the right side, received by the Vikings. Addie Beck, hard hit, finds the floor just past McCall Condi. Now 8-14. Addie Beck with the serve. On match point for the Vikings. This decides it all. Taryn Benson with the reception. Taylor Reed bringing it over. McCandless to Vaya, gets blocked but still received. Cannot make another play on it as McCandless knocks that one towards the scores table. Now 9-14. Taylor Reed with the serve, trailing by 5. McCandless, quick dump over. Another attempt there from Lexi Brown. A 4-hit and a double from Lexi there makes it 10-14 as the Dons cutting into the Vikings lead here, as the Vikings will take their first timeout of the, I almost said the first, of the 5th set. Now coming back from the timeout, Taylor Reed, number 5 for the Dons, having the serve. Received by Addie Beck. McCandless. Tavia on the close side gets tipped and stays alive. Taryn Benson brings it over. Addie Beck is there. McCandless to Lexi Brown. Hard spike. That one goes into the rafters. Still playable. McCall Condi gets the kill. Oh my goodness. That one went through the beams at the top in the rafters. As I believe if that hit any of them, would have been called dead on the spot. As honestly, it kind of changes between each arena. Taylor Reed with another serve received by Addie Beck. McCandless to Lexi Brown. Taryn Benson receives as a quick hit there from Eva Pryor. Makes it 12-14. Vikings are losing it now as I believe a 4-point comeback in the works, as it was 8-14, now 12-14. Taylor Reed brings it over, received by Caitlin Stadler. Lexi Brown, hard spike. That one gets tipped. Vikings point. Vikings take it. They get the reverse sweep. Oh my goodness. Losing the first 21-25, losing the second 23-25, winning the third 25-22, the fourth 25-13, and taking the fifth one 15-12. Oh my goodness, what a comeback for the Vikings. They really showed up in the third, fourth, and fifth sets there, almost losing it in the fifth, almost getting the comeback for the Dons, as Vikings, oh my goodness, looking at the record now being, I believe, makes them 16-9. The Dons will be at 18-9, 7-6 in region, and unsure where their Utah State rankings will go. Give me just 1 second to pull back up Pleasant Grove's. Max Preps, please. Thank you. As Vikings move to 16-9, 12-1 in region, and also unsure where that Utah ranking is going to go, as that is decided on a number of factors that I cannot do myself. I do not know what, I believe, I don't know, it might be Max Preps or who's it? USHAA might do it. I'm unsure, but it was one of them who does it, and we will update that by next week exactly on the 21st with Vikings. They're having their senior night against Wasatch at home, the last region game, or the last game of the regular season before we move on to the state tournament, where we will also update you on where the Vikings seed lays in 5A Region 7. I believe we're Region 7 as, hold up, let me check that actually. I'm very positive. Yes, 5A Region 7 as Vikings stand tall at first in region, being 12-1. I believe Maple Mountain plays Wasatch today. They play Salem Hills, and not making assumptions here, but I believe that the Golden Eagles took that one, so they are now 11-2, as well as Wasatch being third in the region standings, being 8-5 currently, unsure who they play today, being Roy, who they just swept. So that makes them 16-10 overall, 8-5 in region. And I don't believe I have anything else to say. This has been PGSN. I'm Boston Harding, and this was today's coverage of the Pleasant Grove Vikings against the Spanish Fork Dons. We will see you October 21st at Valhalla for girls volleyball against the Wasatch Wasps.